There's no light.
This is testing the comfort zone to its absolute limit.
But it's also given me some really, really important lessons to be able to take home, and I think I am going to be able to really, really grow as a human being when I get back.
Isabel and Eugenie are finishing a shift, preparing and serving pempek, a popular deep-fried fish cake.
I think I might need to go and visit a tree soon.
Do you want to ask where the toilet is then?
Oh, there's not one, is there? I'm a bit like a commission.
Bocor lagi.
It's tighter.
Oh my god. This is not our day.
Oh my.
Another half a day gone, race-wise.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kembali lagi bersama Satria Ponde Reactions. Ya, kita lanjut ke part yang keempat. Bagi kalian yang masih tertarik untuk menonton, menyaksikan program yang ditayangkan di TV nomor 1 Inggris ini. Bagi kalian yang belum tahu ini tentang program apa, silahkan tonton penjelasan saya, bukan video reaksinya ya, di part 1 penjelasan saya. Karena penjelasan saya di part 1 itu dari awal sampai akhir tentang program ini. Kalau kalian skip, kalian bakal nggak ngerti ini programnya apa. Dan program ini diselenggarakan di tahun 2024, kalau nggak salah sekitar 3 minggu atau 1 bulan yang lampau. Jadi ini masih fresh-freshnya, dan ini masih current, maksudnya masih suasana terbaru di Indonesia. Jadi bukan video yang udah 20 tahun yang lampau, enggak. Ini videonya programnya program baru. Nah, lagi-lagi masalah screen saya akan lakukan yang terbaik, tapi karena ini reaksi video, bukan video original saya, jadi reaksi videonya itu punya hak cipta, dan kalau reaksi videonya yang lebih besar dari original video sayanya, maka gak akan bisa tayang. Oke, jadi saya akan do my best sebesar mungkin yang saya bisa, tapi kalau kebesaran video reaksinya itu bakal di-block, alright, dideteksi, itu intinya. Kalau itu bukan video saya, video orang lain. Dan ini saya nggak dapat bayaran, so saya hanya nggak monetisasi, jadi saya akan lakukan the best. Saya hanya senang aja buat nonton bareng sama kalian gimana pendapat orang luar tentang negara kita, pendapat jujur, bukan pendapat puji-puji atau bukan pendapat caci maki. Ini pendapat orang-orang itu berdasarkan pengalamannya. Kenapa pendapat orang itu penting? Kan ada di komen tuh bilang penting amat pendapat bule tentang negara gue, siapa sih mereka? Yes, kita benar, tapi tahu nggak, memang penting loh, karena itu jati diri negara kita. Kenapa? Karena orang Indonesia tidak semuanya di Indonesia, banyak orang Indonesia di luar negeri guys, puluhan juta. Nah itu kalau rumah lu ya, bagi kami ya di luar negeri ini, Indonesia adalah rumah kami, right? Kami di sini merantau, kayak saya di Inggris ini. Kalau sesuatu hal di negara saya yang orang-orang pikir negatif, saya ngerasa nggak enak ya, nggak? Maksudnya apa ya? Secara kehidupan sosial kami di luar negeri ini agak merasa direndahkan, you know what I mean. Jadi saat kita cerita-cerita dengan orang, oh Indonesia kotor katanya. Misalnya kayak itu sampah di mana-mana, atau ini susah, ini begini-begini, raut maut, semberaut kayak gitu. Enak nggak bagi kalian yang dengarnya? Enggak kan? Jadi memang penting pendapat orang luar tentang negara kita. Mudah-mudahan kalau pendapatnya bagus, kita jauh dihormati dan kita jauh dilirik gitu. Oh dari Indonesia, oh Indonesia begitu, ya kan? Tapi alhamdulillah itu hanya dari segi fasilitas atau dari segi dari segi bentuk buatan manusia. Tapi kami tetap bangga dengan Indonesia karena orang-orang menilai tidak hanya seperti yang di video, tidak hanya tentang pembangunan atau fasilitas saja, tapi mereka melihat dari sisi manusianya orang Indonesia. Salah satu yang kami bangga itu adalah sebagai orang Indonesia yang mempunyai kebudayaan, budaya kami sangat bangga banget di luar negeri ini membawa budaya Indonesia, bersikap sebagai orang Indonesia, karena sampai sekarang ini saya sendiri ya yang udah banyak traveling belum pernah mendengar yang namanya jelek Indonesia itu dari segi orangnya. Misalnya orang Indonesia kriminal begini, orang Indonesia nyelonong atau ilegal, mungkin ada tempat lainnya, tapi yang di negara maju seperti di Eropa atau di Amerika kami jarang dengar di acara-acara kriminal TV di sini. Ada satu, Reynard. Ya, tapi itu cuma satu aja, sebelumnya nggak ada, right? Kalau di negara lain kan banyak guys, seperti negara, kita nggak usah sebut ya, nanti gibah ya kan. Di imigrasi pendatang ilegal, ada yang naik lori itu kayak truk nyebrang dari Prancis ke Inggris, itu ketangkap. Asalnya dari mana, dari negara ini, negara itu. Dan Indonesia, alhamdulillah, saya belum pernah dengar. Oke, dan budaya yang unik seperti ya rumah-rumah tradisional yang mereka suka seperti Toraja, rumah gadang, atau di Bali, dan banyak lagi budaya-budaya kita, makanan kita juga, right? Itu salah satu yang bikin kami bangga di Indonesia. Itu salah satu juga kami bisa show up, maksudnya bisa ikutlah gitu, berkontribusi di sosial di luar negeri ini. Oh, memperkenalkan Indonesia. Jadi kita nggak malu-maluin, kita memperkenalkan Indonesia. Ternyata nanti bilang, oh Indonesia lu kotor, kan ada nanti dibilang gitu. Oh, orang Indonesia itu pemarah, orang Indonesia itu sombong, orang Indonesia ini kan, iya kan. Tapi alhamdulillah kita nggak pernah dikasih respon seperti itu. Orang Indonesia, oh Indonesia orangnya baik, selalu kayak gitu orangnya, ini bersahabat, friendly, suka membantu, alright? Itu kan udah suatu positif. Kenapa? Tidak semua orang Indonesia aja yang seperti itu, ada juga di negara lain. Of course kita harus realistik nih, kita nggak harus jadiin kita selalu nomor satu di atas semuanya. Itu menurut saya halusinasi, it's not fakta. Karena juga banyak di negara-negara lain yang juga bersahabat. Saya terlalu banyak ngobrol nih, tapi saya rasa juga lumayan penting bagi kalian yang belum tahu, yang mungkin butuh sharing dengan pengalaman saya. Alright, kalau di Eropa ini guys, kalau lu misalnya ngetok rumah orang gitu ya, mau nanya atau haus minum atau segala macam atau kesasar, jarang-jarang mereka nyuruh masuk atau offering kamu minum atau offering kamu makan, malah kalau di Indonesia ya kan, apalagi bawa pulang ya kan. Nah di sini jarang, paling di luar, di pekarangan atau di depan pintunya aja, kita nggak disuruh masuk. Itu budaya mereka di luar. Nah di saat orang luar ini ke Indonesia, mereka misalnya kesasar lagi bengong aja, ada orang yang datang ya kan, mereka bilang, oh mau kemana mister, mau kemana, kayak gitu kan. Oh yaudah cobain dulu, ngopi dulu gitu kan. Kalau bukan di tempat wisata ya, maksudnya yang tidak mencari uang seperti tempat-tempat lokal kayak di perdesaan yang bukan yang nyari uang orangnya dari turis, kayak rakyat biasa kan kayak gitu. Oh yaudah, kadang kasih minum gitu kan, mungkin dia mau makan, kasih makan. Pas mereka udah kabur mau pulang, yaudah tenteng ini, apakah apa namanya tuh, pisang atau apa gitu ya kan, atau roti atau makanan. Kita kan memang kayak gitu budaya kita. So I'm so proud to be Indonesia. Jangan salah kaprah, jangan salah misunderstand, tapi memang ada tugas kita, masih ada banyak hal yang harus kita improve. Bukan karena kita untuk berbangga-bangga ke orang luar, tapi untuk jati diri kita, untuk kita sebagai orang Indonesia gitu. Bukan untuk kita harus dipuji-puji setelah itu sama orang luar, oh Indonesia itu semua lancar, Indonesia itu begini. Bukan karena itu, tapi minimal kita nggak malu-maluin kalau kita lagi di luar ada diskusi sama orang luar, atau presiden kita datang mengikuti conference, dihargai loh kalau negara kita itu tertata, negara kita itu maju dalam segi bidangnya ya. Saya bukan maju yang kayak New York atau Singapura, enggak. Maksudnya kayak gitulah. Jadi jangan sampai presiden kita datang, oh itu negaranya kotor, kayak gitu kan malu juga. Pasti kalian ngerti maksud saya sebagai orang Indonesia. So anyway, kayaknya udah lama karena saya harus ngobrol kayak gitu guys, minimal 3 atau 4 menit. Anyway, kita tonton, kita lihat. Ini para grup meninggalkan Sumatera Barat. Ya, mereka akan masuk ke Bengkulu dan Jambi, kemudian seterusnya. Let's check it out. Are you ready?
It's much harder than it looks. Got to proper put some elbow grease into it.
After this, put new wax.
Wax on it.
Okay.
With an onward bus booked for tomorrow, a shift at Yadi's surf school secures a bed for tonight, before hitting the waves at sunup.
This feels like a bit of a gem.
Let's face it, to get a free surfing lesson and to stay here, feels like we're robbing the guy blind, to be honest.
Right, I think that's done.
Oh, so cute.
This is going well, isn't it? Chilling by the pool, knowing that we're making 20 hours of progress again tomorrow.
Yeah, with
Going
a job
surfing in the
tonight
morning.
and surfing.
I think
Great.
nobody will have caught up the 24 hours. They might have caught up a few hours here or there, but I still think we'll be 18 hours ahead of the game.
If we were hours behind the others,
Yeah.
like this leg could have been just a whole ball of stress, but it's the complete opposite.
Said it 1,000 times. I'm here to win, but what I've struggled with is that when I get something in my sights, I'm like a dog with a bone.
Yeah, you've lost your head quite a few times, but you haven't lost it to the point where it's like ruin the race or our friendship or anything
No.
like that.
I think friendships like ours are just kind of, I think they're quite rare.
Yeah, because a lot of people you speak to can't say they've got like the best mate that they do pretty much everything with and who they like want to be friends with for like ever. Did you finish your drink? No. You're welcome.
Kind of having one goal to achieve in 8 weeks and having no distractions from it has turned me into someone that I really, really don't like. But it's also given me some really, really important lessons to be able to take home. And I think I am going to be able to really, really grow as a human being when I get back. You dickheads.
Oh shit, the watch. That's payback for the egg situation, I think.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
528 kilometres away, Eugenie and Isabel are aiming to diminish the boys' lead.
We just want to power through and hopefully we can get on the bus to Palembang.
Bye.
Hopefully we can catch up on the boys as well. I think we will this way because I reckon they're still prancing about wherever they are.
This is the bus to Palembang? This one?
With the help of last night's host, they found an overnight bus to propel them to Palembang, Sumatra's second biggest city, 560 kilometres away.
Sumatera
It's going
Selatan.
to take 20 hours. It is what it is, you know, suck it up. We can't whinge too much, I think, on this leg.
They're so friendly and they really try.
Yeah, they're a lovely family.
Right, well, we're leaving now. 7 minutes early.
Okay.
Gumarang Jaya.
We need to get to
Muara
Enim.
Enim.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Betty and James's 3-hour journey in the wrong direction has ended in Solok.
You start now and you are up there tomorrow morning.
But presented them with a potential opportunity.
I mean, it is travel for a long way
And accommodation.
The last bus of the day that travels overnight all the way to Muara Enim, a massive 700-kilometre leap through the centre of Sumatra that could rocket them back into contention.
We're literally going to get on this bus and wake up tomorrow and be where exactly where I want to
Yeah,
be.
that's true.
Hello, everyone.
As the siblings depart on a mammoth bus journey,
Like, yeah, we might be behind, but we have kept moving. Even if that was backwards. A little bit.
Is this it?
I just don't know.
Stephen and Viv have travelled a more modest distance, 121
Jambi.
kilometres to the mountain town of Sungai Penu.
Sungai Penuh. Itu nggak jauh dari
After
kampung
falling
saya.
in love with their first homestay, they fancy another.
Mr. Irawan?
Irawan.
That's you?
Ah,
Oh,
hello.
hello.
I'm Stephen. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
So are stopping with cinnamon farmer, Mr. Rittman and his family.
What's this?
It's good.
Yeah. Is there a toilet? A toilet? Imam. You report back. I don't need it. I went at the previous one.
There's no light.
This is testing the comfort zone to its absolute limit.
Oh my god. Alright.
There's a bed with no pillow. And the toilet's just got a hole in the floor and a bucket of water. Really?
Just there's no light.
Oh no.
So you can't close the hole in the floor. Just be careful there.
I'm not going to eat anything, I'm not going to drink anything. I'm just not going to go. Yeah, we'll be fine. It's all right. Put it away. I just hope we get some sleep.
Still 578 kilometres short of Muara Enim.
Holy. What was that noise?
Oh my god, I can't move.
Bocor ban. Oh my
What's
god.
going on?
I think the tyre blew up. Massive bang.
It like fully popped.
I don't know where it is. Probably flew off. Probably see it in Lombok.
You never be straightforward.
Never be straightforward.
Bisa aja mereka kameramennya ya, spotsnya tepat. Kameranya hidup. Emang 24 jam katanya kameranya hidup. Jadi spot-spot yang kayak bocor ban aja.
Oh, yeah, okay. Last night was very uncomfortable. It'll be good for us to actually do some work to pay for our board and keep, repay them with their kindness, basically.
Let's go! Vamos! Shoe off.
Oh,
No, just put it down right there.
Ini musiknya memang nggak sesuai dengan daerah karena copyright juga.
That's rotten. Okay, be careful with that one. I've never been in a jungle before. Oh yes! I did my own cinnamon.
There you go.
The wilds of sheepy Wales is my extreme, I think.
For 4 generations, Mr. Rickman's family has laboured intensively to strip the bark from each cinnamon tree before placing it in the sun to dry and curl into the familiar aromatic quills found in kitchens across the globe.
Pinang.
Oh, I want to go at that.
yeah, I think there's a new expert. I think he's thinking that he can teach them a thing or two about felling trees.
Timber! The hard work that goes into what we think is, you know, I don't know, 10 grams of cinnamon. You know, he sells it for a pittance.
Oh, I think I might need to go and visit a tree soon.
Do you want to ask where the toilet is then?
Oh, there's not one, is there?
Toilet emang penting di sini. Dan culture shock-nya.
Well, that was the first.
Toilet
first
kita
ever
banyak
jungle poo.
yang toilet
Was that a jungle poo? Oh
cangkung.
my God!
Oh no! I just had the urge. Just had a bit of a Purika moment. So if I go down there, they'll all see me. This bit down here is a bit slippy, but up there it was dry. Not anymore. What am I coming to?
Oh my
We've
god,
had 2
all the
homestays. One
Smart
was
blue car.
privileged people. They had potty toilets. She was educated, and then we've come here. And to begin with, we were quite horrified at the level of comfort.
Oh, still am.
And it's really quite humbling to see them. They're all working really, really hard. And then we think of our house. You know, 4 toilets. It's almost obscene, isn't it?
is.
And they're inviting us in. You know, what they've got, they're sharing with us.
I've got a lot of respect for it. I couldn't do it.
But you were, I mean, to some extent, you were doing it when I first met you.
Nothing like this.
No, nothing like this, but you had a dunny outside in the shed.
We've worked hard to achieve what we've got.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of it, and I do not want to go back.
Look.
Honestly, when we use
Yeah.
cinema at home now, it's
Yeah.
going to be wow. You go, look, we made that. That might be our cinnamon stick.
Jadi emang yang saya suka dari orang ini, mungkin mereka nggak nyaman dengan fasilitasnya, tapi mereka mikir other sides dari situasi. Jadi mereka tidak hanya ini kotor ini, tapi mereka malah embrace, mencoba mengerti ternyata orang ini bekerja keras ya katanya kan. Tapi mereka masih bisa berbagi dengan apa adanya gitu, dengan toilet yang seperti itu atau tempat tidur yang seperti itu. Mereka tetap bersyukurlah, itu intinya.
To the south,
Wih, Bengkulu.
With breaks rolling off the Indian Ocean, Bengkulu's beaches offer opportunities for surfing beginners and pros alike.
I'd say I picked up fairly quick. I like to think my balance is pretty good. Knowing Alfie, he probably thought at some point about, the bus this afternoon. But for the most part, it looked like he was still enjoying it.
Standing up a little bit more frequently than I thought, but one of the last things that we'll do without the race in mind. So spending time in Indonesia with my best mate, doing surfing in an opportunity of a lifetime is incredible.
Leaving the surf behind, Owen and Alfie face another trying bus journey. 600 kilometres overnight to the city of Bandar Lampung, nearest major transport hub to the port of Bakauheni, gateway to Java, and the 7th checkpoint in Jakarta.
Right, another 20 hours.
I'm meant to get in at about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. However, as we saw last time, it took like an extra 2 or 3 hours. So we've got the rest of today and all night on it.
And the fact that we might get to checkpoint tomorrow is carrying me through.
450 kilometres to the east in Palembang.
Leah.
Pempek, bakso.
Leah. Okay, this is for you. Okay, enjoy.
Isabel and Eugenie are finishing a shift, preparing and serving pempek, a popular deep-fried fish cake.
Cuaca kayak gini, makan pempek.
I don't know how they can do it all day.
Done? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
300.000, 150 per orang.
Our budget seems quite healthy. It kind of like justifies us actually getting a taxi over a bus.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Newly minted, they're also heading to Bandar Lampung, within 90 kilometres of the port to Java.
This leg has flown by. It's been very quick, and I'm hoping this means we've caught up.
Everything's just falling into place, hasn't it?
Yeah, let's not jinx it. Is she going in?
Must be.
This is supposed to be a private taxi. We paid a lot for this.
Travel. Mungkin dibantu sama warga lokal ya.
Why is he driving with his hazards on? That's what that noise is, right?
Where's he going now? What's going on?
Overloaded.
So too many people. So another car is coming, and then you go in that car, and we stay here. Okay. Other driver, is he nearly here? The process took a while because the driver's friend's car keys were lost. Has he found the keys now? And he's on his way. Half an hour. You're joking me. You couldn't write this, Isabel.
Wah, Muara Enim.
7 hours later than planned, Betty and James arrive in the coal mining town of Muara Enim.
21 hours on the road in that stupid bus.
Awful.
We finally made it to
Sampai
the the road.
Sampai sekarang bus belum ada dapat positif
But there's no
komen.
rest for the cash strapped. So they head to their second job in Sumatra.
Maybe it's like a commission.
Bocor lagi.
It's tighter.
Oh my god. This is not our day.
Oh my.
Another half a day gone, race-wise. Not showered, not eaten, sweated. Everything just getting added up, and yeah, it's really pissed me off.
Hello, James. James. You like my friend?
Give over.
He has a girl.
Mama Indonesia.
Mrs. Yossi's family restaurant
Jodohin
is known
langsung
for
si
its
James.
Sumedang, deep-fried tofu.
Pakai cabai
No, it's
rawit.
not been for me. This whole Sumatra job. Maybe because sometimes it is because it's out of our control. It gets a little bit more frustrating. I just feel like I'm mentally not properly in it anymore. I don't know.
What, because you're so tired?
Yeah, I think we just haven't had a decent night's sleep in, what, 3 nights probably.
And we've barely eaten.
Barely eaten.
I completely get you, but we've worked twice. We've got quite a bit of like money behind
Yeah,
us.
we've earned some decent brass.
We've done like what we've set out to do this leg in terms of barely spending and earning.
Yeah.
So it's on to checkpoint, like cheaply and swiftly as possible.
Yeah.
I could feel James getting really frustrated today. And I mean, when he opened up about it, it was obviously nice that he could do that. The tables definitely turned in that aspect, because usually it's me moaning and him being like, live in the moment and find a positive.
Oke, kayaknya si James memang masih low, masih belum bersemangat, moodnya masih turun. Kebanyakan karena frustasi dari transportasi ya, transportasi umum ya. Kenapa mereka pakai transportasi itu? Di pemikiran mereka, sebenarnya mereka itu mikirnya minimal standar lah transportasi umum. Jadi nggak parah seperti ini di pemikiran mereka gitu. Karena ya tadi, kan ini perlombaan, ini budget. Kalau mereka pakai uang mereka sendiri, pasti mereka nggak mungkin naik kan transport seperti itu. Tapi nggak disalahin, memang ada transport seperti itu di negara kita. So, gimana solusinya? Saya nggak tahu. Yang jelas, yang positif yang saya ambil dari peserta semua ini, mereka frustasi dengan keadaan aja. Mereka nggak frustasi atau marah-marah ke orang, atau you know lah, masih sopan. Karena orang Inggris ini menurut saya kesopanannya lumayan juga dibandingkan dibanding ke ya, maksudnya dari kebanyakan negara lain. Karena orang Inggris ini masih memikirkan apa namanya itu ya, perasaan orang juga, bukan salah mereka, ini kan salah kita gitu kan. Ini keadaannya sama kita yang memilih untuk pergi sama mereka. Ya mereka nggak bakal shouting atau marah-marah ke orang lokal, itu biasanya. Yang menarik dengan persahabatan itu di sini, biasanya orang-orang di UK ini dari kecil itu mereka dekat dengan seseorang, baik apakah itu cewek atau cowok, mereka udah memutuskan untuk mereka jadi best friend. Biasanya dari kecil ataupun pas lagi ABG ataupun pas sudah dewasa. Tapi biasanya dari kecil mereka itu punya best friend dan mereka tumbuh besar. Misalnya yang satu sekolah di sini, satu juga sekolah di sana. Pokoknya mereka seiring ya udah kayak suami istri, tapi maksudnya searah terus mereka itu berteman gitu. Ya, tapi memang berteman, nggak ada apa-apanya. Memang di sini ada kultur seperti itu. Kadang-kadang mereka terpisah mungkin karena lokasi atau mimpinya udah berubah, karena waktu kanak-kanak beda atau orang tuanya pindah segala macam. Akhirnya terpisah. Nah, pas di saat mereka besar lagi di tempat lain atau ketemu lagi sama teman yang lain, akhirnya mereka bikin friendship lagi, best friend lagi. Di sini best friend biasanya cuma satu. Nah, apalagi pas menikah itu best friend nomor 1 banget itu tempatnya. Dan untuk best friend di sini benar-benar harus koneksinya klik. Mereka jarang bertengkar, mereka udah kayak adik kakak. Walaupun mereka nggak bersaudara gitu, malah lebih dekat sama best friend-nya daripada saudara sendiri. Itu di Inggris ini ada kayak itu. Seperti kayak Owen sama si Alfie itu best friend. Right, itulah part 4. Mereka sudah berada di Sumatera Selatan dan Bengkulu menuju Lampung. Oke, bagaimana mereka mengeksplor Sumatera Selatan dan Lampung, kita lihat lagi di klip berikutnya. Yang part kelima yang sampai di Jakarta mungkin. So, thank you so much for watching. Semoga kalian enjoy dan saksikan terus reaksi dari Race Across the World 2024. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye.